What did you YouTube, man? What's up, Jits? Your boy Shehatesjosh back another video, back another fucking reaction. Welcome back to my motherfucking channel. I never thought I would see this again. I don't even want to watch this junk, bro. I'm mad right now. I just got done reacting to Timberwolves versus Nuggets. Game 5. Nuggets came out with a, you feel me, a big win. Jokic went for 40, 13, and 7. Jimmy. I hope in this video you're not comparing Ant to Michael Jordan. No, you feel me? No diss towards Ant, nothing like that. You feel me? Y'all know he my favorite shooting guard in the league. You feel me? Bron's still in the league, so I can't say favorite player in the league. He my favorite shooting guard in the league. He done surpassed Devin Booker as my favorite shooting guard in the league. But nah, gang, he not Jordan. He not Jordan. Y'all be trying to put the Jordan title on people, and then when they don't live up to Jordan, y'all gonna try to diminish what they did or anything, bro. So like, stop trying to say, oh, he the next Jordan. Stop trying to say that. No. Let my dog be Ant. Like y'all should have let LeBron be LeBron. Let my dog be Ant. You feel me? Let the young players grow and make their own history. Y'all be trying to say next Jordan, next this player, next that player, man. No, when they retire, like their legacy can reign, their legacy can live on, bro. But stop trying to paint this player as the next Jordan or the next Kareem or the next Shaq. Stop trying to do that, bro. Stop trying to do that, bro. Just let these new players make their own legacy, make their own greatness, bro. That's my opinion on it. But I'm pissed. I just watched the Nuggets win three straight. Timberwolves, man. Y'all sold me, man. I never thought I would see this again. Jimmy High Roller reaction. Y'all boys tap in, you feel me? Like, comment, subscribe, man. Enjoy the video. Let's get to the motherfucking reaction, man. Let's see what my dog talking about. Hope boys having a good little day, you feel me? Cool little Wednesday. Appreciate all my new subscribers, everybody tapping into the channel. Appreciate all my old subscribers, man. I reacted to Knicks versus Pacers, but YouTube blocked my video. I don't know why they blocked that video, but kept the Timberwolves and Nuggets video.
One of the best things that can happen to a young basketball player in their career is get compared. One of the best things that can happen to a young basketball player in their career is get compared to Michael Jordan. One of the worst things that can happen to a young player in their career is get compared to Michael Jordan. For every player that gets compared to MJ and is successful,
it's like a double-edged sword.
There's 5 more who fall a mile short and make the comparison seem blasphemous in the first place. Anthony Edwards is the—
Wait a minute. Did I just see this nigga McCants? Am I tripping, or did I just see that? I know they did not compare McCants to no fucking Jordan, bro. They did not compare McCants to no fucking Jordan,
and
bro.
is successful in the
Am
NBA.
I tripping?
There's 5 more
This
who
man
fall
just
a
showed
mile
McCants.
short and make the comparison seem blasphemous in the first place. Anthony Edwards is the latest player added to this list of hopeful Jordan successors. Only this time, it feels real. I mean, the memes and the jokes were funny at first, but now this is just getting uncanny. The highlights, the trash talking, the swagger, the charisma. Being compared to the best player to ever touch a basketball is an impossible task for any player to live up to.
It is, but
and yet we can't help but to make the comparison. So how similar is Anthony Edwards to a young Michael Jordan? Is this comparison even warranted, or is this gold standard still as unattainable and unrealistic as ever?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. It's still kind of unrealistic, bro. It's still unrealistic because Jordan is like when you think of basketball, bro. When you think of NBA, bro. When you just think of like the marketing of basketball, bro. You're gonna think of Jordan, bro. You're gonna think of Air Jordan. You're gonna think of, you feel me, like that's what you think of when you think of basketball. You think of Jordan, like Jordan name is gonna forever reign because it's like he I'm not gonna say he made basketball what it is today, but it's like so much stuff like the shoe game, the sneaker, you feel me, just the business side of, like, you feel me, sports and everything. Jordan changed the NBA, you feel me, like he made the NBA like a household name, bro. Like, of course Magic and Bird, but it's like Jordan really, you feel me, put the emphasis on it. Like Jordan was like, oh my god, like, so like I don't think nobody gonna ever live up to Jordan. Like the name of Michael Jordan, the Air Jordan, nobody gonna ever live up to that legacy, bro. But it's like, I think it's been played. I'm not gonna say I think it's been players. I only think it's been one player, better than Jordan. But nobody has ever been greater than Jordan. Nobody will ever be greater than Jordan, if that makes sense.
Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings. With the NBA playoffs heating up, it's time to bring the hoops action to the palm of your hand.
That shit was in my head. My fault.
In 1995, a young guard from California was making a name for himself in the basketball world. As a junior in college, the kid was considered by some to be the best college basketball player in the country. And with his 6'5" all-in-one shooting guard package, it was only a matter of time before the infamous comparison to Michael Jordan was made. Later on, we would learn that despite his incredible skill set and Hall of Fame pedigree, the Michael Jordan comp was never really warranted. You might be familiar with this player. His name was Ray Allen. And looking back, outside of playing the same position, there wasn't much he and MJ had in common.
But this was like Ray Allen don't even give. I mean, I ain't gonna cap. Young Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttleworth, like we know, bro, Milwaukee, he had some bounce, but it's like I don't think their games really like complement each other in my opinion. Like, yeah, Ray Allen did have some bounce, but Ray Allen was more like a, you know, he still was the same shooter.
Wasn't the first, and surely not the last time a player received a Jordan comp. In 1986, Ron Harper might have been the first player to ever be called the next Michael Jordan. The closest Harper ever got to Jordan was playing with him. Harold Miner was compared heavily to Jordan coming out of USC in 1992. One season and a bad injury later, Miner would become a cautionary tale for anyone eager to dub a player as the next Michael Jordan. This did not stop people from dubbing players as the next Michael Jordan. In 1993, Penny Hardaway received the comp. The next year, it was Grant Hill. A couple years after that, it was Jerry Stackhouse. In 1997, Vince Carter was named the next Michael Jordan. And
damn, so any nigga that can any nigga that can jump. Hey, so what I'm hearing is anybody who was 6'5" and over that can jump and had a low cut was compared to Jordan, bro. Come on, bro. Like Penny, okay, Penny was tough, bro, but I look at Penny as like a Magic, if that makes sense. Like yeah, Penny was tough. He had the bag and everything, but I don't think he had the athleticism of Jordan. You feel me? I looked at him as like a Magic, like one of them. Like he was just like a tough ass PG who just, you feel me, had some finesse to his game, and he was just big. I didn't really look at him as like a Jordan.
This time around, it actually felt like it might become a real thing.
Nah, Vince Carter, I can see Vince Carter, bro. Like Vince Carter had the bag, bro. Like I seen when somebody was saying like they was kind of mad that Vince Carter really wasn't better than what he's supposed to be. Cause he was really supposed to be one of the greatest players of all time. Like you could say the same thing for Vince Carter, for Tracy McGrady, Melo. Cause offensively, y'all just were skilled. Like y'all were so skilled, but it's just like y'all careers didn't pan out.
6'6" high-flying shooting guard out of North Carolina. That sounds awfully familiar. But despite putting together a Hall of Fame career, Vince Carter, just like every player that came before him, was in fact not the next Michael Jordan. Around the turn of the century, it was Kobe Bryant who was next up as Jordan's successor. Jordan was out of the NBA by now, and the league was in desperate search of a new poster child.
Kobe surpassed him.
Kobe Bryant came just in the nick of time. Kobe said he modeled his game after MJ, a statement that seemed like a far-fetched attempt to draw comparisons to the greatest player of all time from a 19-year-old kid. But with every passing season, Kobe hadn't just become like Mike. He became a carbon copy of Mike. 20 years later, Kobe Bryant built a legacy of his own, but he still remains the closest thing we have ever seen to Jordan. Since then, there's been a few more ill-advised next Michael Jordans. LeBron has been compared to Michael to the extent that you can't say one of their names in a sentence without mentioning the other. Dwayne Wade generated Jordan comps after his championship run in 2006, but that's about it. After 2 decades of attempting to find the next Michael Jordan, the basketball world settled into the fact that maybe the next Michael Jordan didn't exist. And even worse, giving a young kid the comparison was almost a curse that would mentally handicap them from becoming their own player. After LeBron in the mid-2000s, it became this sort of unwritten rule to compare any player to Michael Jordan.
Bro, LeBron, if we want to be honest, bro, LeBron is not even comparable to Jordan, bro. His game is not built like Jordan's game. It's not built like Kobe's game. So I don't see why we compare them. I don't see why we compare them, in my opinion, bro. Like, I can see if it was a player, okay, like how we doing with Anthony Edwards. Like I said, in my opinion, I don't really compare Anthony Edwards to Jordan. Yeah, he has certain certain what's the word he has certain things about his game that that you can relate to Jordan. The mid-range game, the athleticism, like you say, the charisma, you feel me, the smile, the oh, I don't want to be your friend, we on the court, it's business time. Yeah, he got some things that he can relate to Jordan, that him and Jordan, like, you feel me, like, they're comparable in. But Anthony Edwards is not the next Jordan, bro. There will never, like I just said, there will never be another Jordan, bro. Like LeBron, y'all be trying to compare LeBron to Jordan. How? LeBron, if you gotta compare the LeBron to Magic and Jordan combined, if that makes sense. You feel me? I don't think you just can compare LeBron to just Jordan, because it's like the their games aren't comparable. The only person, in my opinion, that I think you can really compare to Jordan was Kobe, bro, because his game was modeled after Jordan, bro. Like, when you hear people say, "Oh, Kobe would never be greater than Jordan because he modeled his game after him," it's like, I can understand where you're coming from, but it's like, I can model my game after somebody and then surpass them and be better than them, bro. But it's just like it's the name of Michael Jordan, bro. Jordan holds so much weight in the NBA that nobody would ever be greater than him, bro. I'm gonna keep saying this, bro. Like, Victor Wembanyama can do some crazy shit. Victor Wembanyama can go, like, you feel me, have a crazy career. But the fact that it's Michael Jordan, bro, that you feel me, he revolutionized basketball. I'm not gonna say he revolutionized, because, like I said, it was the forerunners before him too. It was, Dr. J before him. It was Magic and Bird before him. It was, it was a lot of players before Jordan. But the name of Jordan just holds so much weight that no player will have a greater legacy to him, because his name just holds so much weight, from basketball, the business, the shoe deals, everything. Like I just said, it's just Jordan, bro. So there
Because
will
it
never
usually
be
didn't
another
make any
Jordan,
sense,
bro.
but because the
Never.
track record
The
of Jordan's
closest thing is
successors
Kobe.
was looking pretty bleak. Oddly enough, most players who received the comp didn't actually play or act or look or carry themselves like Mike. They were just really good,
Yeah,
sort
real
of,
good.
kind of like Mike. Which brings us to today, and this guy, who is the first player in about 15 years to be tagged with the infamous Next Michael Jordan label. I mean, come on. We all see it. The similarities are striking, but due to the history of this comparison,
Oh my God,
no one
I'm
wanted to
sorry.
be. Similarities are
I'm sorry.
striking, but due to the
It's
history
like the
of
way
this
this nigga just be
comparison, no
moving the
one
ball
wanted
in
to
the
be
air,
the
makes me be
first
like,
to
what the
actually
fuck?
say it. But in the midst of the postseason run he is putting together right now, we're all thinking the same thing. Anthony Edwards reminds us of Michael Jordan. And this time, we don't need to be baited into this comparison or hastily rushed into it. Ant is shoving the comp into our faces every time he steps on the court. The high-flying acrobatics, the overwhelming scoring barrages and lightning-quick first step, the cutthroat trash talk, the irrevocable confidence, even the commercials, the energy, the charisma. Where others seem to always be leaving one or two boxes unchecked, Anthony Edwards pretty much checks them all.
God.
Some fans are even saying he looks like MJ, which he doesn't, but for the sake of fun, we'll let them run with that. According to Chris Broussard, who reached out to Jordan earlier this season, even Michael Jordan said he sees the similarities between himself and Anthony Edwards.
Well, I reached out to the GOAT today, Michael Jordan, and Jordan said there are similarities in their games. He agreed.
There, of course, bro. There are, bro. There's similarities in fucking a lot of people's games, bro. That doesn't mean that person is the next Jordan, that person is the next Kobe, that person is the next KD, LeBron. Like, bro, what you mean? It's gonna be similarities in a lot of people's games, but that doesn't mean you just mark them as the next Jordan, bro. Cause like Jimmy Howard would say, when you mark that on somebody, when you put that on somebody, bro, that changes the whole narrative about them. Because that player can have a pretty good, decent career. They can have a good career, bro. But it's just the fact, we compared you to Jordan, you didn't live up to the hype. So yeah, you're ass, you're trash. Like, you feel me? Their career will be diminished. You feel me? It will be put down just because it was compared to Jordan. Oh, we thought you was gonna be next Jordan. You didn't live up to the hype, so nah, you trash. Like, come on now.
So Jordan said there's similarities. There's similarities, all right?
And in many interviews over the past year, Edwards has addressed the comparison, stating, although he can't deny it and he sees the similarities, he would rather it all just stop. But when you're doing the things Ant is doing right now, how could we possibly help ourselves? Now, Edwards has only played in 18 career playoff games, not enough to crack any all-time NBA postseason leaderboards. But we can see how Ant stacks up against MJ through his first 18 playoff games, where despite Ant being
Red Beast unboxing. What do we got?
38 in his first 18
stickers?
playoff games.
Historically great, Michael Jordan is still in a completely different tier of his own. He scored more, rebounded more, made more assists. Pretty
Nigga averaged 38, bro. Really damn near 40, bro, in his first 18 playoff games, bro.
much every metric outside of shooting efficiency, Mike was on another level. Michael had a far worse team to start his playoff career, which probably led to him being required to do more on the court. But there is no denying that he is still the gold standard, even from the very beginning of his career. And this is where a lot of people get caught up in this whole comparison. Ant is incredible. He's what the NBA needs right now. But Michael Jordan was pretty unanimously the best player in the NBA by his third season. And by his fourth season, he had already made an all-defensive team, multiple all-NBA teams, one Defensive Player of the Year, and a league MVP. Anthony Edwards is great, but he is projected to make an all-NBA team for the first time this year in his fourth season in the league. How could we possibly compare a young star who is just now ascending to superstar status to the greatest player of all time? According to Basketball Reference's similarity score metric, the most similar player to Michael Jordan throughout NBA history was Oscar Robertson. But this metric only considers the shape and quality of a player's career, not how they actually played or their skill set. If we refer to Crafted NBA's historical similarity app, which factors in everything a player does on the court, from their defense to their offense to their efficiency and creation and everything in between, the closest thing to Michael Jordan in year 4 was Clyde Drexler in 1988, followed by a bunch of Kobe and Dwayne Wade seasons. If we limit our list of eligible candidates down to the pace and space era or the last 10 NBA seasons, then the most similar player to MJ is actually 2015 Jimmy Butler, followed by Oladipo.
Hey, Jimmy Butler is crazy. Shay, I ain't gonna cap. You can I see the Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, you can say Jaylen Brown a little bit, but I don't know. Jaylen Brown don't got the flair of Jordan.
In 2016, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in 2020, and Bradley Beal in 2018. Anthony Edwards doesn't even crack this list until the 7th and 8th spots with his 2022 and 2023 seasons. So again, why now, and why him of all players to resurrect this next MJ tag? Well, because being good and even playing a similar game is just a sliver of what makes Anthony Edwards like Mike. In terms of play style, Ant is probably closer to a young Dwayne Wade than he is to Jordan. And I
Thank you, bro. He's a young Flash, but that's all I'm saying. If he would have won this finals, bro, if he would have if they would have had like a historic, if the Timberwolves would have had like a historic run, made to the finals, won the finals, that would have been like some Dwayne Wade 06, 07 type shit, in my opinion, bro. In my opinion, I think that's what it would have been, something like that, bro. Now, if he would have kept winning them, if he would just start going crazy, just turn into a different player, then he just kept winning them, bro. And he won possibly some more finals. Then I would be like, okay, you can possibly put him in the Jordan tier. You can not gonna say put him up there in the Jordan tier, but you can start creeping his name, with Kobe, certain stuff like that. But right now, I say he more of a D Wade.
I think most fans are aware of this. But for a lot of fans, it's not that Anthony Edwards plays exactly like a young Michael Jordan. It's that he makes us feel the same way a young Michael Jordan made fans feel 35 years ago. He doesn't just put together crazy dunks. He electrifies the crowd and gets us on our feet. The kind of moments that leave you and your buddies buzzing about long after the game is over. He doesn't just take over games. He talks trash while he's doing it. And he's got a pretty solid track record of backing it up. He's not just a part of a winning team. At just 22 years old, he is leading a winning team. He's not just really good. He's hungry and he's driven, and his larger-than-life character and skill set and flair only grow larger in the biggest moments. Even off the court, his mannerisms, mentality, and personality have Jordan written all over it. Being incredible on the court isn't the defining factor that provokes MJ comps with Edwards. In fact, even before Ant was dropping jaws on a contending team, many scouts and analysts made note of how eerily similar Edwards was to a young Jordan, dating all the way back to 2021, and long before we knew he would be this special. Saying Anthony Edwards reminds us of Jordan isn't saying we think he's going to win 6 titles or be the greatest player of all time. It's saying that we saw Michael Jordan play, and now we're seeing Anthony Edwards play, and the similarities are just staring us in the face. Now, one thing I know for certain is that people who watched Michael Jordan play staring us in the face. Now, one thing I know for certain is that people who
Hey, hell nah, man. I ain't gonna count. Sometimes I be seeing Jordan highlights. I be like, man, this shit CGI or some shit. This nigga, look how this nigga, like, under the gold, like, whoa.
are just staring us in the face. Now, one thing I know for certain is that people who watched Michael Jordan play are the last people on earth to say anyone plays or resembles Jordan in any way. I mean, the guy is referred to as Black Jesus to some former players, for crying out loud. So even when former players begin to come out and rave about the similarities between him and Anthony Edwards, you can bet the comparison is as warranted as it's ever been. See, not every player that garnered a Michael Jordan comparison is similar to the next. There are players that play like Jordan, the footwork, the mid-range game, getting to the rim. There's players that act like Jordan, the psychotic competitors. There's the players that move like Jordan, the freak athletes. And then there's players who got compared to MJ for almost no other reason besides the fact that they were really good. There have been many players to fulfill 1, 2, maybe 3 of these attributes, but no one has ever quite lived up to all 4. Here's an overly complicated diagram of these proclaimed Jordan successors, which boxes they checked, and where they fell short. Players that acted like him.
I know these niggas did not put fucking Andrew Wiggins. These niggas did not say Andrew Wiggins was going to be the next Jordan, bro.
Freak athletes, players who were really good, and everything in between. Grant Hill, Allen Iverson, and Penny Hardaway got Jordan comparisons early on, but outside of just being really good, they didn't really have anything in common with MJ. DeRozan, Harold Miner, and Jerry Stackhouse played like Jordan, but they weren't quite the freak athlete that Jordan was. On the other end, Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins, and Ron Harper were freak athletes early in their careers, but that alone should have never been enough evidence to deem them the next Michael Jordan.
Come on, these niggas don't got the mentality. They don't got the, you feel me? Zach LaVine got the scoring. I ain't gonna say he got the scoring prowess of Jordan, but you know, Zach LaVine can score, you feel me? But they don't got the mentality. They don't got none of this. They don't play like Jordan.
But when you pair some of these attributes together, we'll start to find players who came closer to the Jordan comparison. LeBron, McGrady, Vince, Derrick Rose, and Len Bias were all freak athletes who were really good, but they didn't really play like Jordan, and they weren't psychotic with their approach on winning. Kawhi Leonard plays like Jordan, and he's really good, but he's an emotional robot with a 29-inch vert. Which leaves us with 3 players who have probably come closer to the Jordan comp than anyone else since Jordan's departure from the league. Dwayne Wade, who had a fairly similar game to Jordan, was really good and was a freak athlete. And Kobe Bryant and Jimmy Butler, who play like Jordan, were and are really good respectively, and are both cutthroat competitors like Jordan was. But that's about as close as you're gonna get, because Jimmy Butler isn't a freak athlete, and neither was Kobe. In fact, Kobe was often praised for making the most of his abilities despite not being nearly the athlete Jordan was. And amongst all of these players and attributes, right now Anthony Edwards is probably right about here. He actually
I ain't gonna cap though, but Ant kind of play like Jordan a little bit, bro. He kind of played like Jordan a little bit from the mid-range game. He didn't adapt to a little post game too. Ant kind of, but he got a trade ball. He got a 3 like he said, but he kind of do play like Jordan a little bit. Then he got the mentality of winning. So
like Jordan, he's a freak athlete and he's really good, but he doesn't really play all that much like Michael did. There's definitely flashes of a young MJ in his game, with his ability to play above the rim, blow past defenders with a lightning-quick first step, and of course the mind-melting posters. But just like everyone else that came before him, there are, of course, differences that separate Anthony Edwards from a young Michael Jordan. With that being said, these few differences aren't nearly enough to beat the allegations of similarities. Some people have mentioned that they never saw MJ play live, but watching Ant might be what it must have felt like. Fans that did watch MJ play testify that it was in fact just like this. With a generation of megastars entering the last stages of their careers, fans of the NBA have been speculating who the new face of the league might be, and there's a lot of great candidates. Maybe it's Tatum or Luka. It was looking like it might be Ja Morant for a moment, but the
Oh,
off-court
God, he
issues
fucked this
have
shit up.
stunted that option.
Ooh, I was just
SGA
saying
put up
that,
a
bro.
Jordan-esque stat line this year, so maybe it's him. Jokic has been the best player in the league for the last few years, but I'm not sure if anyone would consider him the face of the NBA. Because being the face of the best basketball league in the world is about more than just being the best player in the league. You need charisma, marketability. You need to resonate with the masses. You need to put together big moments and absurd highlights that inspire even non-NBA fans. We want to know that you love the game just as much as we do. Commercials and endorsements, candid and endearing interviews that connect with the fans, a no-excuse workhorse mentality with a superhuman set of skills to contrast it. Kobe Bryant only won one MVP in his 20-year career, but he was the face of the NBA for about a decade. LeBron carried the torch for the majority of some of our lives, and despite not being the best player in the world anymore, he's still probably the face of the league. Steph was as likable and relatable and inspiring as a superstar can get. A very unexpected but revered face of the NBA for many years. Anthony Edwards looks like he might just be the next player to grab the torch and lead the league into a new era. The kid's got the whole package. His team loves him, the league loves him, the fans love him. Maybe because he ignites us, inspires us, and reminds us of why we all love the game. But maybe it's also because he reminds us of a player who did all of those things years ago.
Jimmy Howard will be spitting, bro. I ain't gonna cap. That nigga be talking, you wanna, like, you feel me? You just gotta listen, you feel me? That boy just cap like that nigga voice is captivating. You like, damn, boy, like, you feel me? You gotta be really focused in this subject, you feel me? I never thought I would see this again. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about what Jimmy Howard said, man. If y'all think Jordan and Anthony Edwards, like I said, it's some similarities, bro. There are some differences too. I wouldn't just go out and say, oh yeah, he's the next Jordan. Like I said, I'm not finna say that. Like you can compare players, bro, if they're comparable, but I'm not finna go out there and say, oh, he's the next Jordan, he's the next Kobe, because like once you throw that out there, bro, once you throw that on somebody's name, bro, it's like, okay, now when they mess up, now when they don't live up to hype, we just gonna diminish their career. Like I said, it's been good players, it's been great players who actually had good careers, who actually, you feel me, had amazing careers, but it's just like they were compared to players that you feel me, like it's that 1%. They were compared to that 1%, that Jordan, that LeBron, you feel me, that Kobe. They were compared to that upper echelon player, and it's like they never made it to that tier. So it's like, okay, since we compared that player to them, oh, now they're not that great, now they're that, like, oh, this and that. Of course, bro, like, you feel me, it's like it's gonna be some players who are good, but it's just like they just never made it to that greatness. It's always gonna be players like that. But it's just like, I'm just one of the people. I don't think you can, you feel me, diminish a player's career, or, you feel me, put a player at fault, try to talk down on them just because they weren't as good as what you expected. You feel me? They made the best of what they could, bro. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this topic and everything. Let me know if y'all think Anthony Edwards is next Jordan. Or y'all let me know what y'all think, you feel me, what his ceiling is, like, you feel me, what his peak is. I never thought I would see this again. Y'all boys tap in, you feel me, like, comment, subscribe, and enjoy the video. We out, my nigga. Peace.